Hey, welcome back. This is Dr. TK, clinical psychologist and #1 therapist, business and branding coach. So I want to welcome you to part 2 of manifesting abundance, especially around first class travel. So if you have not had a chance to revisit my previous podcast episode, we are on all the platforms. We're now on iHeartRadio, on Pandora. For that episode, I did not do a video for my YouTube listeners and watchers. However, I would highly encourage you to go check out that video because I talked about specifically 4 hacks that helped me frame what's happening right now in my current life in 2021 with being able to manifest abundance, especially around traveling. So one of the hacks that I talked about is being able to put together a vision board back at the end of 2019, moving into 2020. And one of the things that I did with that vision board, of course, is to dream big. I put money goals on that vision board. I put wanting to expand my family on there. I highlighted self-care, getting massages, getting facials, getting a new car, saving up for our future home. And also I put a very big topic near and dear to my heart, which is to truly take ownership of working from anywhere and everywhere. So after I got a vision in my mindset of what I wanted for 2020, then of course my hack number 2 was that I found pictures that matched my vision. Okay. So then hack number 3 is I also had a corner dedicated to first class travel. And first class travel included business class travel, going to Dubai, going to Paris, updating my passport because it had expired. I also wanted to get TSA pre-check for my entire family because my family tends to, with me, my husband, and our 2 kids, and also extended family members as well, we tend to plan trips about 6 months to a year in advance. And then we will go on bigger trips that are like a week or longer. And so that was my vision at the end of 2019, in the beginning of 2020. But then, things happen. And so that part of my vision board was not able to manifest itself. However, I was still able to manifest about 80% of my vision board, which goes to show you that you can actually manifest more than what you think if you dream big, if you write your vision and make it plain, and if you truly believe that it is going to happen. And so part of my traveling goals, and this leads into today's topic, which is to stay in 5-star hotels and 5 stars only, to travel first class and first class only. Because in my past, what I had done is I would purchase a regular ticket and then I would just watch on like Delta's app to see if first class had went down. And I remember at one time I had bought a coach ticket, then I upgraded it to Delta Comfort. Then I finally upgraded it to Delta First Class because the price was right. Okay. And I also believe that because I affirmed that I would receive first class tickets, that's exactly what happened. So let's go into part 2 because starting 2 weeks ago, I actually was able to manifest the beginning part of my vision board from last year. And as we know, things happened last year out of our control, but that does not mean that you should throw away that part of your vision. You just simply refine it and then you transfer it over to your current vision board. So the first thing I want to talk to you about today is how to manifest a first class ticket. And so because of all the canceled flights in 2020, my family had a good chunk of money in credits, and we had credits on JetBlue, Southwest, and Delta. I had trips to go to New York last year because I was actually throwing an event in April, but that of course got canceled. I had trips to, visit friends and family in the Bay Area. We had plans on going up to Oregon to visit my family. We had plans to go to Orlando, Florida for a conference. And then of course I had my bigger trips. I really wanted to go to Bali for my 40th birthday. And so what ended up happening is I recently have been accepted to a mastermind. And I actually have a dedicated podcast and video to talk to you about what is it like to literally have a vision to expand and scale your business to a whole new level, but you're missing one thing. And so that's going to be on a whole nother episode. Okay. However, I had this credit on all three of these major airlines. And when I was accepted to this mastermind, we literally had, I'm going to say, about a week or less to plan the trip. And typically, if we weren't in this current season, you and I know that tickets at the last minute are not a joke. However, I found that when I was looking for tickets, they were very, very affordable. Even comfort, like extra leg room and first class. And so I scouted through all of the airlines. Delta for first class was like $2,000, right? And I was like, okay, that's a bit ridiculous, to fly to where we were flying to, because we were also going to Florida first. And then when I was accepted to the mastermind, I would actually have to change my coming back flight with my husband to fly back to LAX because we were going to Miami with friends and family. I would have to change my on the way, like return back home flight. And we had a stop in Houston. And the goal was to change that part of the flight so that I can fly straight into Arizona. And so we were able to use the credit on JetBlue, because when I checked the tickets, I had always wanted to fly JetBlue Mint. They had the beds. I had flown Delta One, which has the beds, and I really wanted to try out JetBlue. I had watched a lot of videos in 2019 because that photo was on my vision board for 2020. And so when I was looking at tickets, I found a very reasonable price ticket for JetBlue. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I have about $500+ in JetBlue from the New York trip that I was going to take last April. So when I compared the prices, I realized that I pretty much was able to have a BOGO deal, which is buy one, get one free, meaning my Mint seat was covered by my credit, and then I would just have to pay for my husband's. So for me, that was a win-win because we were able to use our credit and then be able to just pay cash for my husband's seat. So then we were able to also use our credit. We actually paid cash for the return because then I started looking at United. Now, I'm not going to lie. My favorite airline is Delta. And if I'm going somewhere short, like Oakland, the Bay Area in California, or if I'm going to Oregon to visit family, or if I'm going to Vegas, then I will do Southwest simply because it's a quick flight. It's less than 2 hours and I don't have to worry about any stops. However, I was unable to find a ticket that to me was reasonable with stops on the way back, so that I can use my credit. And so I decided to check out United Airlines. When I checked out United Airlines, they had first class tickets one way for about $200. So again, score, check mark, that is a win. And honestly, when I was going through this process, I wasn't thinking about my vision board. I was just simply moving with the mindset of, if it's affordable and it fits within my family and my business's budget, because some of these were business trips, then why not get the best of the best? Okay. So as a recap of the first trip that I actually recently returned from, I was able to manifest not just first class, but Mint seats in the bed, right, with me and my husband. And it was phenomenal. We had awesome food. My husband literally said this was like the best steak that he had ever had. And he hadn't eaten steak in I don't know how long. I was able to get like a chicken dish, a good salad, a soup. And it was just literally first class travel. Hands down, it was a very enjoyable experience. And then on the way back, we both flew first class United up until Texas. And then we parted ways for about an hour and a half. We hung out at the airport and then we parted ways, still both on United, but I went to Sedona, Arizona, but I flew into Phoenix, Arizona airport. And then my retreat, the mastermind, was in Sedona. So I had to take a 2-hour drive, which is okay because I was able to enjoy the scenery of a new state that I had only visited once. And then my husband was able to return home and, get our kids because our son had to go to school. So to move it a little further, I was also able to manifest 5-star hotels. And so when we went to Miami, my goal was to look for a very nice hotel for ourselves because we had both of our kids during Valentine's Day. I decided actually to plan a pre-Valentine's Day situation when we went to Miami because the family that we were meeting out there, they were actually not meeting us until the day after. So my husband and I decided to fly out on Thursday morning. We got there Thursday evening. He didn't know it, but I just told him that we were going to get transportation from the airport to the location, and then we'll meet up with family when it's time for them to pick us up to go check into the Airbnb for the rest of the weekend. So he didn't know that I had ordered car service. So when we came, to baggage claim, it was somebody holding up a sign that said Dr. TK, and that was fun. And then we checked into the Miami, around downtown Miami JW Marriott Marquis Hotel. And when I tell you that one bedroom suite was phenomenal, it was beautiful. And I believe that I'm going to show you a video. All right, so we end up staying at the JW in Miami, and it is a 1-bedroom suite. So let me give you a little tour. So we have very nice doors here. We have 1 bathroom up front, just in case, some of our people come that actually flew out here with us. We actually just got out here today. We flew JetBlue Mint, and the food was delish. Then you enter into a nice hallway. Of course, we love full body mirrors. Right? Then you have a little bar area with coffee. Then this is my work from anywhere space that I'll be on my laptop in the morning. All right, and then we have a couch area. Not sure if that pulls out to a couch bed, but we don't need it. Nice dining room, lots of open space. Super, super nice. Nice big mounted television in its entertainment center. And then we have a king size bedroom. So this is our home away from home for at least, 24 hours. So we have a king size bed, another TV. I do like the idea of not having to touch the remote. You can just scan it. And nice big bedroom. Then we have the bathroom. So again, liking these doors. And in the bathroom, nice double sinks here. Super big, like the space. Even have a space for our luggage. And then seats, lots of towels, a scale, nice bathtub. Not sure if these people can see us, but the window's open. Then you have the extra toilet. Then you have another shower. You have my husband watching. All right, so far this has been super fun. We landed, had some issues with transportation, but I'll do a whole podcast episode on that. But I definitely want to take you behind the scenes of what it's like to work from anywhere and work from everywhere. I am not off, but I'm off, if you get me. And so I'm still going to be doing a few things on the computer, but I'm going to try my best to stay off the computer during times that I'm not supposed to be on there. The only biggest thing that I have right now in the next few days is our first Dope Therapist Academy coaching call, where we welcomed 23 new students, plus all the alumni are going to come back from 2019 and 2020 to show up and show out and get excited about the new therapists in our program and their results. So my husband and I, we celebrated tonight. We went out to dinner at this place called Victory's Restaurant and Lounge. We didn't realize it was a club lounge, but had a good time. He had a good time. I look like the old lady, but I had a good time. So now that you've seen the 1-bedroom suite that we were able to manifest, you can see how excited I was to be able to travel again, okay? And the traveling experience, just to kind of give you a summary of what that was like. It felt awkward. It felt weird, but we felt safe. We wore a mask. Everything looked clean. We wiped down our seats. I wiped down the hotel with all the doorknobs and everything as best as I could. But at the end of the day, I did what I had to do. And I also just made sure that the airlines that we were flying and also the places that we were staying were 5-star in terms of how it relates to their cleaning. Okay. So when we got there, I also did a reservation for dinner. Now, what I didn't realize was that this was like one of the top locations in downtown Miami to eat and also party. And so it was a lounge. It was fun. They had a hookah section, but the dinner was phenomenal. The dessert was phenomenal. And we just had a good time, and the music was bomb. And so me and my husband were like, oh man, the cousins and the family are going to be really disappointed that they didn't fly out a night before. And so then we hung out, had our Valentine's Day, night. And then we end up meeting back up with, of course, the family when they flew in. So then we went and checked into Airbnb. We went and I ended up getting a section that Friday evening. And I met up with one of my friends because he had just earned his doctorate degree. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to, really take in the graduation experience. And so I was like, you know what? Even though I don't drink, I'm with getting a section, because what I am not with is being in general population with everybody else, considering the circumstances. And so I still need my space, but I am out of town. So I still want to have fun, but at 5-star level. So I purchased a section. I invited him and his girlfriend out, and it was us and the people that we came to Miami with. And we really had a good time. And we went to I'm gonna call it a day party, but it was in the evening. It was from 6 until 12. And they had like the games, they had karaoke, and they had very, very good music. So everybody had a wonderful time. And the family and friends that came out, they were like, at the end of the whole weekend, they were like, hands down, the activities that you planned were the best of the weekend. And so, of course, we went to things that, like restaurants that we had never been to. We went to Finger Lickin' by DJ Khaled. That was like, my meal was good. I had a shrimp croissant. Oh my God. My mouth is watering right now. Then we went to Trick Daddy's restaurant Sundays, and they didn't have a dine-in option, but we were able to get the food and then go somewhere and eat. And then we went to a mall. I did a little bit of shopping just to get some makeup and things like that, because that was also the same day that we were going back home, or I was going into Arizona. So going into Arizona, as I mentioned, I was able to manifest first class tickets to there and then back to LAX on Delta using my credit, coming back home. And the experience, honestly, on all 3 airlines within 7 days was great. It was clean. It was good customer service. United did not sell heated full course meals. They had heated sandwiches, and the sandwich was actually good. Now, I will say on one of my flights on United, they gave us the heated sandwiches. On the other half of the flight, I got the same sandwich, but it was not heated. And I was like, now wait a minute, but at the end of the day, it was good customer service. We had plugs on every seat. I had TVs on my seats. And it was a very fun experience. And so at the end of the day, I was able to manifest first class travel on 3 different airlines. I was able to manifest first class hotel stays, at every location that I stayed, including Arizona. I also was able to manifest self-care that was on my vision board last year, because that carried over into 2021. And I was able to go to a phenomenal spa in which I had a 1-hour massage, a 1-hour facial, and I hadn't traveled or gotten a massage and a facial in over a year. So I definitely felt like I had been neglected, but it was good to experience these things, and I felt safe. So I really hope that by you tuning into this episode that I've encouraged you not to give up on your vision board. What you put on your vision board that has not manifested last year, it is very possible to manifest this year and moving forward, but you must believe that it will, or it can happen for you and to you. And I also want you to remember, because I'm still a clinical psychologist, that a lot of things happened in 2020 that were literally out of your control. And so when I literally look at my vision board, I don't look at my vision board in terms of, oh, I couldn't manifest everything I wanted, because when I actually looked back, I literally manifested everything except travel and a baby. And with the car and the home, those were more long-term goals. So I was okay with that. So give yourself a pat on the back if you can actually sit down and ask yourself, what did I say I was going to manifest or work toward last year? And when you actually sit down and you are still and you look at your vision board, whether it's on your computer, on your phone, on a sheet of paper, in a journal, written down, or on a big construction board, did you manifest anything? Because when we really look at the previous season, it was very difficult for some people, but then for some, you were able to manifest. And so, as we sum up, one of my main purposes of sharing these things is that my company is named Branding for Abundance. One of the things that I am very focused on in all of my coaching programs, in which I specifically work with mental health therapists to brand not just their business, but their lifestyle for abundance. I want to teach them how to live in the moment, because they are so, and I was part of this as well, but I've clearly tapped out of this, is they are so robotic in terms of waking up, serving people, and neglecting themselves. And so I want to make sure that if you are a mental health therapist and you feel like, wow, I want to be able to travel again one day. I want to be able to travel with my partner and my spouse, hang out with family and friends, manifest first class travel, go to the spa again, get a facial, get a massage, enjoy a 2-hour drive, and then go stay in a 5-star, I don't even talk about that, but a 5-star resort in Arizona for 4 days and hang out with awesome people. What would that do for you? To me, that really helps you reset and recharge and get excited about what you're here to do and what your purpose is. And so if you just continuously work, and give to other people, how are you actually able to enjoy the fruits of your labor? So if you want to hear more about the coaching programs that I have for specifically mental health therapists, then make sure that you check out the show notes. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you can be alerted of when new episodes are available. I post 2 to 3 podcast episodes a week. And then for video, it is 1 to 2 times a week, depending on the topic, because some of the podcast episodes are very short and straight to the point, and some of them are not video appropriate for my YouTube family. And so make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you are not already, following me on Instagram, check that out, because I provide private practice and mental health business tips throughout the week. And I have some awesome programs. And so if you want to learn about how to manifest a branded and profitable private practice, whether you are new to the private practice world and or you need to rebrand your practice. Maybe you haven't had any growth to your practice. Maybe you're thinking about hiring people, but you don't know where to start. Maybe you're doing everything by yourself. You don't have a 5-year business plan. You really don't understand your niche, your ideal client, which can lead to streams of income. And you want to be able to run your business easily and smoothly to be able to manifest an abundant lifestyle, then I would highly encourage you to check out the show notes. I have something really big coming up as it relates to the Dope Therapist Academy, which is my signature program to help therapists manifest an abundant business and lifestyle. So make sure that you check out the show notes. If there is a wait list, hop on the list, but I do have some free trainings coming up. And so I will see you in the next episode. Until then, love you. Bye.